Comic-Con gave us many things, hangovers for the most part, but it also gave us our first look at X-Men Apocalypse, and now those photos have been released. And I got to say, a lot of people not too happy with Apocalypse's look. And those people are like some of the folks we were just talking about Space Jam 2, grew up in the 90s with Power Rangers, and then later the Power Rangers movie.
Yeah.
And you know who they say that Apocalypse, Oscar Isaac's character, looks like? A little somebody called Ivan Ooze.
Come on, people.
And I'm just going to say, like, Power Rangers mean nothing to me. That movie, I've never seen it. But I did see the photo, and I can see why people are making that mental link.
I think
and they're
Ivan
also
Ooze,
saying, like, Mr. Freeze from the Batman and Robin movie.
I think Ivan Ooze kind of looks like Purple Ganondorf from Zelda too, a little bit. But to me, I'll take the unpopular opinion of.
Because the internet is outraged about this, apparently, Chris.
Oh, here's the. Well, I don't know if this is the unpopular opinion, but I just want to let's take a measured approach to this, because I kind of feel like every single time new X-Men stuff is revealed, everybody's like, "Oh my God, leather's never gonna work," and then it needs to be yellow and blue, and then they're like, and then after the leather worked for so many years, people are like, "Yellow and blue is never gonna work."
Yeah, and then they give them the yellow and blue suits in First Class. People bitched about that.
Here's an interesting thing.
And then last year or so, we went through all that crap with Quicksilver, who ended up being more popular than the Quicksilver in the Avengers, too.
And we participated in that, too. We didn't like his look either, right? So, like, I will be sort of complicit in that as well.
I'm throwing a stone in a glass house. Shatter, shatter, shatter.
But I will say, Apocalypse didn't bother me that much. No. And what's more, like, I really liked Storm. Yeah. I think Storm with the Mohawks looked really good. And I mean, I'm not even mad at Olivia Munn as Psylocke. I know a lot of people are hating on that too.
The only thing about Apocalypse that I thought he'd be taller. Maybe they'll, CGI him a bit. And I thought his eyes would be kind of like, no irises like in the comics. However, that really robs you of a lot as an actor. And Oscar Isaac's a great actor. You would never know that was him. And
I would also say that until you see something in motion, like stills are not going to capture the feeling of a character.
Suicide Squad.
And sometimes you're just going to get, you're going to have a bad feeling about something that's going to ultimately resolve when that story, when it tells its story. So my bigger question about X-Men Apocalypse is how are they going to tell the story of all of these mutants that are involved? Like that's the thing I'm interested in.
I don't think a lot of them are going to have significant amount of screen time.
True.
I really don't. The Horsemen, as we've now found out, are Magneto, Storm, Psylocke, and Angel.
Yeah. What do you think of Nightcrawler's look? We got a way better look at him now.
Yeah, I think he looks fine. He looks cool. I mean, we've seen Nightcrawler on screen before, so it was great that, we see him again. I just, I'm a little irked that basically nothing in X2, which I really liked, happened now. Like, apparently they met like 20 years before. And
wiped off the map.
Yeah.
I got to tell you my Comic-Con story because we're on the X-Men subject, which you probably already know, but I'm really telling it to everybody here. So I'm in the hotel and I'm taking the elevator down, and this nice couple gets on, and they have a baby with them. And the baby is named Logan, by the way, dressed up like Wolverine. So he's in a little baby yellow onesie. It's the yellow and blue uniform, best uniform. So they put him in the yellow and blue uniform. He's got the little cross hatches on the sides, and he's wearing these cute little mittens with felt claws on them, and it's adorable. And we're like, oh, are a lot of people taking pictures of your baby? They're like, no, people are being cool. People are being respectful. And then the elevator open, the doors open, and Hugh Jackman.
This is true. He's got a photo.
Is standing outside the doors, and for a moment in time, everybody's kind of frozen. Like, they don't like to put celebrities on the elevator with us rabble sometimes, and so sometimes they'll just hold the door and be like, "Well, wait for the next one." But he's a cool guy. He's not like, he's not above it at all, or whatever. So he gets on the elevator, hadn't seen the baby, and then looks down, and there's this baby in this Wolverine onesie with claws, and it was just the most like. Of course, Comic-Con, of course you would deliver this. And then the elevator clears, blah, 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 go do my thing, come back, and get on the next elevator, Cody Smith McPhee. on the elevator. So it's like back-to-back
Was it
Wolverine.
you that took the photo of Jackman?
I actually handed it to my friend who was standing right next to him, and she took it.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
And so yeah, it's posted on my Twitter at Chris Carl.
It got picked up.
Yeah, it got picked up everywhere. I mean, just because it is like the quintessential weird Comic-Con thing. And the publicist who was with him was like, hey, just let me tweet this first. Let me tweet this first. You know, like everybody there was just like, of course this has to be seen by the world. Though it was
the world must know.
It was amazing.
But overall, to get back to the look of Apocalypse real quick, why do you think it was that people got, particularly the Ivan Ooze thing? Why? I mean, if you grew up with Power Rangers and you grew up with, you know, the 90s X-Men comics, like what exactly is the hair up your butt about this?
I think it's the purpleness. I think it's the color.
He's blue on the
I think so. I mean,
DW
it's like,
cover.
you put them like next to each other, and it's like, I don't think he's ultimately going to end up looking like that in post. Really, you know, the EW cover is one thing. The movie's probably going to be desaturated a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think all these costumes are going to pop as loud as they do in these photos.
But what if they do? It is the 80s. You might
want
to go full Miami Vice.
I actually respect the hell out of the decision to go bright costumes, because it is truly what everybody's been actually asking for years. And so
now you're
getting it. Now you're getting it.
Little more on the, well, actually, before I get to that, I want to know, what do you guys think of Apocalypse's look? Did we do anything to dissuade you from your utter and complete hatred for it? Do you still think he looks like Ivan Ooze or Mr. Freeze? Let us know in the comments below.